Hello and welcome back to Techtonica. In our last episode, we did a bunch of upgrades. We think we upgraded one tier near the beginning of the episode for Victor here, and then we left off with the rebuild of Atlantum. And I want to show you that in a minute, but I want to do this part first. Let's upgrade the terminal, and also show you what it took to get this much energy stored up. Alright. Fully upgraded.
Amazing work, Breaker. You've maxed this terminal out. Between this and the freight elevator, you've done all you can here. And if you haven't even fixed the freight elevator yet, you are my kind of groundbreaker.
Alright, let's go into the tech tree. I wanted to comment on a couple things. Oh, so we can't get this one then. Alright, well that makes it easy. Mold 2, by the way, it actually gives two things here. You can see them here on the side. Mole F1515 flatten and mole T1212 tunneling. Yep, we get a, let's see, mole. We get a 1212 bit, we got a 1212 bit for tunneling and a 15 by 15 bit for flattening here as part of the, just of the upgrade. So that's... You also get things that are listed over here, even though you can't. It's not really obvious. So let's do some upgrades, and then we'll go out and do a couple other things, and we'll come back. I'm not going to do biodense because I'm still not using enough of the biomass. So we will take a look at that as well. And there's no text here. Pack size, sure. Stack cap, sure. Out of power. Out of power. We need to get a lot of power saved up here. All right. Hauler cap, sure. Why not? We need more power again. 480,000. That'll be a minute. Let's see. Transportation. We could do these. Energy. Maybe I'll wait on those. I did do the power trims, by the way. I don't think we had done those on camera. I did them off camera. I'd like to do these core clustering things. Omni-Seekers and no. Or infusion. Someone said these might be able to be used for... You can sift through limestone to gather residual ores. So they may... Those are smeltable. So we could do that. Let's do cool dense. Can't afford that one. We could do this core clustering and then this one. And then this one. And then we're stuck again. Let's go do some things. Let's go do some things. Oh, whoa, I fell into the wrong place here. Fly, there we go. So we brought this in last time here. We ran some of these belts, I think, or at least we talked about running these belts. I have run them. I ended up doing a 3-to-1 here, so that these were more evenly used, rather than the way that it was. I also ended up doing a... where all of this one and half of this one go into one belt, and then all of this one and half of this one go into the other belt, kind of a setup here, just to use it a little bit more balanced. I think it's working out well for us. And then, of course, the Atlantum comes in here into these two assemblers, which are mixing in the Shiverthorn coolant or Shiverthorn extract rather, and the other extract. Kindlevine extract into this. This was kind of an interesting thing. So they're coming in and they're balancing, first of all, right here. And then half of it goes around this loop to go to that machine. Half of it goes under here into this machine. And then they both come back together again here to go into this, so that they can still be smelted down into limestone at the very end, if nothing else. And so I think you can figure out why I did that. I wanted to make sure that we were using these sources evenly, and I wanted to make sure that each of these assemblers was getting an even number of Kindlevine extract options, and then that, of course, is coming back together to go into that array. Limestone is still a bit of an issue. Biobricks are really an issue. Biomass is really an issue. So you can kind of see, and I'll show you some more stuff here. I have biomass coming down from here. I'll show you where that's coming from into this box. This box is over half full. This box is completely full. and we're buffering that. I'm trying to put it back on this belt, but it doesn't go because there's so much backed up. These are not unloading their whatchamacallits fast enough, as you can see here still. So we need more than 4 of these to make this work with the speed on the filter inserters. So filter stacks would be really, really useful in the future. This biomass that's going straight into the box down there is coming from these assemblers, which are using that. The rest of it's going down the bus and up there. It is not working well, and then I'm still buffering some of this stuff too, just because it is just getting backed up like crazy here, and they're just not coming out of here fast enough. So we're definitely going to need, we would definitely need to have more of these. Maybe I'd go out to 6 then, and then balance it, 3 and 3 on the output belts kind of thing. Maybe that would work better. I don't know. We did this in the last episode here. We have all of these now working successfully. And yeah, we're constantly chewing through these. Like, they don't have a chance. We're just completely chewing through them. Threshing the twigs almost as fast as we can. We're not using them fast enough, but that's because, again, this is backing us up. So we would need to balance that better. But I don't want to do more than 3 and 3 here. We do have a 4th one we could potentially use over here, maybe for the stuff, but we're still outputting the same amount. It's a 1-to-1 ratio on the outputs, from what I can recall, at least from the calculator we did. Let's take a look at that just to make sure that I'm not telling a falsehood here. Kindlevine outputs 176 Kindlevine and 176 plant matter fiber per thresher at this level of upgrade. So yeah, we need more threshers. So given that, and given the fact that almost everything you thresh outputs 2 items, at least in these things, you can also, by the way, I don't remember I mentioned this, you can also thresh anything, and it'll output some constituent parts. But at least for the stuff that's like production line stuff, it seems like we need to Mark II threshers are pointless, because we need to have faster inserters pulling stuff out. And so Mark I's are the way to go, and downscaling them a bit also seems to be the way to go. Right now we're trying to output not 176, but half of 176 per each of these, and it's still not fast enough. So an improvement there would be really nice. Stack filter inserters would be really, really nice. We're still outputting blue cores. They're still going out there. We'll be out there in a little bit. We talked about that. There's nothing new over here. There's nothing new upstairs either. I shut off the output belts to dump stuff to the terminal. And so these are just going to buffer up now. I guess we probably don't need 4 stacks of each of these things. But it's fine. It's fine now. It's almost full. Same thing here. Actually, for these, I'm going to put in the fillers so that we only get 1 stack of those. But as you can see, we don't have enough Kindlevine. This is struggling. This is struggling to make more accumulators here. And we're just not outputting enough Kindlevine. For that process, for this process, and then I guess, we could stop it here, but eventually it's going to cause problems. Oh, that's the other reason why I balanced here, because I'm only pulling off of 1 of these. I could upgrade this belt to be a Mark II belt, and that would take more, but then that takes more away from the Atlantum process. So I don't necessarily want to do that either at this point. So I think they need to do a little bit of balancing around limestone production and plant matter production, because I think both are a little bit too high. I think limestone less so than plant matter. Plant matter for sure is way too high, because we need to, this stuff is way too high. The plant matter fiber is way too high. One or both are way too high for kind of balance, in my opinion. We just aren't using enough of that stuff. We aren't, and like I said, we didn't even do any of the biodensity because I can't use these bricks fast enough. I'm buffering those too over here kind of slowly, but we've already got well, some of that's from that box that was there for a long time, but we already buffered up like a row or half row at least, and it's just not so I would like to see some balance there. And so in that case the limestone might be a little overabundant too. But I guess if we did these terraforming, no, science, these ones here, maybe we could process some of that limestone into copper and iron and atlantum and then turn that into ingots. But we're really not using that many ingots either. I mean, the copper is basically idle here. Iron is the same. Atlantum is being processed right now, but it's just not. It's just not. So I would like to. I would like to see maybe some rebalancing. But again, it's an early access game, so it just entered early access, and it's gonna make some changes. I mean, they're gonna make changes to it. There are 2 QOL and bug fix patches planned over the next month or so. So that's going to give us a lot of something. We also have a crazy amount of accumulators here. I don't remember how many rows it is. It's 12 this way. I don't know how many it is this way, but you can see there are a lot there. Probably a couple hundred. Well, if that is 12, then that's got to be 3 times that, at least 30. Maybe 36 this way. So there's probably 300 to 400 on each floor, and both floors are full, and it was barely enough power, just a little bit extra, a few extra accumulators worth of power, or energy rather, to convert everything over. So this power plant was plenty big enough, plus the little bit we have under the base, but the storage in the accumulators was the issue. So now that we built all those, well, we don't need them anymore. But we don't need any of this anymore because we've finished all the content this time, for real this time. So let's go up here and over here to the not to the elevator specifically, but to the elevator site. And let's go up here to the thingy. And you haven't finished yet, huh? Yeah, core composer's not finished yet. All right. Well, we've got quite a few cores in here. I worked this a little bit around the this thing, but it I missed a little spot here, so I'll have to fix that. But it kind of worked out. Big giant mushroom thingy. It kind of worked out pretty well. I would shift this one over to this spot here, and then I would probably say that I could do one of them right up against here somewhere so that we could fill this gap in, and then that would probably be kind of good. I could do another row back here, but we're kind of right up against it in terms of cores and things. So right now it's just a matter of, okay, we can unlock more technologies by providing more cores. That's great, but that's it. Like, we're basically done here. And unfortunately, I didn't realize we would hit it this hard, this fast. I didn't really think that this would be a nothing level. This is just here for our own edification. So there's nothing here to do, and I was sad to see that we can't actually unlock this one either. But I'm guessing this comes with no foundation tech. Oh, it doesn't have a foundation tech. Okay, that makes sense. That these are here, but this must be the next production terminal up the elevator in the next content update, which I don't know when we'll see that. Maybe toward the end of the year. Maybe, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. But there's a few more techs we could unlock, but I don't see the point in spending the time to do so as part of an episode. If there was another tier to unlock, we could do some more work. But I think what we'll do is we will leave this here. I'm going to call this a bonus episode as kind of the finale, the grand finale of this. And when there's more content, we'll come back in and play again. at least then. We could always do sooner, but I don't really see a whole lot of point in that. But yeah, when there's new content, we'll definitely come back and play again. We'll definitely take another look, whether we start at the beginning again or we start here and continue forward. Will depend on how much the game changes and whether we can start here and whether it makes sense to start here. But I think otherwise we are basically done. This was a very enjoyable and entertaining game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in it, make sure you take a look at it on Steam, pick it up, and give it a try for yourself. There's a lot of potential in this game, so I'm anticipating having a lot more hours to spend in it when the time comes. Definitely building a little less spaghetti-y, a little more organized, a little less compacted, a little less insane would be nice. Spreading some stuff out a little bit would be nice. We'll see how that goes, but I think I'm happy. I'm happy with the way the game played out. I'm happy with what it ended up looking like. I guess I could move that up here now that we built a floor up here. Yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed it. So we'll come back again in the future and play some more. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.